Alright guys, I'm back with another video for you today, and I'm doing another ZARA haul, blind buy haul video here. ZARA fragrances, 5 total fragrances. One collection is called Cocoa Collection, and there's 3 fragrances in that collection. That's targeted to the ladies. And then another collection called the Vanilla Collection, and that's targeted to men. If you're curious to learn about these 5 fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Sebastian, talking to you about ZARA fragrances. I feel like these are brand spanking new. I just found out about them online and I went looking on the ZARA website. Some of the Cocoa Collection fragrances were not available yet, even though they had a presence on their website. They had a place where you can type in your email address to be notified. But I was trying to buy these two, and I was trying to have it ordered for the store, and I didn't want to pay shipping. So I just thought to myself, I'm going to go to the ZARA store and see if they're there. They were there without testers. In fact, I had to ask them, and they went to the back and got them. So these are blind buys. But I'm really excited about the Cocoa Collection. I love cocoa chocolatey fragrances. So the Cocoa Collection fragrances are 100 ml each for $27.90. Eau de Parfum concentration. And we've got Cocoa Bliss. We have Cocoa and Latte. And Cocoa Sunset. And then with the men's fragrances, it came in a 2-pack, just like the Tobacco Collection, the Rich, Warm, Addictive. Is that the one I have? That's the one I have, I think. It's been a while since I've spoken about it, but it came in a 2-pack for $39.90, as you can see back here. They were sold as individually for $29.90, so you're saving quite a bit of money to buy them individually. So it's a better deal to buy the 2-pack, I think, rather than getting them individually. So I'm excited for all of these. Let's talk about the feminine fragrances first, because I've got my fragrances laid out here in that way. But we're talking about Cocoa Sunset first. This says milk chocolate and whipped cream on the front, as you can see. And on the back it says $27.90 each and $17.99 in the UK. If you've gotten your noses on these fragrances, let me know what your thoughts are. Put a comment down below. And also let me know if you're a fan of ZARA fragrances and what is your favorite discovery from ZARA lately. So this is Cocoa Sunset. Pretty nice looking bottle, right? Let's see how it sprays. But before it sprays, this does say milk chocolate, whipped cream, and vanilla. So those are the only notes that they've credited. And it's a pretty straightforward box, as you can see, nothing special. It's a pretty utility box, and it's utilized with all kinds of fragrances, and you can see the holder in there. So it's not fitting the bottle perfectly, but it doesn't matter. It's a cheapie anyway. It's $27.90 for 100 ml. So let's quickly smell this. I love fragrances that are chocolatey. The sprayer's pretty good also with this. Unfortunately, the last video I did of ZARA fragrances, the elixirs were disappointing. Those were some of the worst fragrances I've actually put my nose on. Really, really disappointing, unfortunately. But so far here, I'm smelling this, and it's super delicious. I mean, it smells quite ambery. Not so much chocolatey, but more vanillic. There's a milky undertone there. Very soft and creamy. Slight spices are coming in. Wow, this stuff is delicious, guys. And not feminine either. If you wear niche fragrances and you wear gourmands and you're a guy and you wear them niche collection, niche fragrances, you'll be fine with this one. It is really, really delicious off the strip. We're going to spray this one on. I didn't know I was going to go right to a delicious one, because sometimes you open up the boxes and it's not necessarily really delicious or really great smelling, so I end up not putting it on. The chocolate is kind of subdued. It's not chocolate, it's cocoa, but it does say milk chocolate, but it's the Cocoa Collection. This smells like a Kayali fragrance, honestly. Really yummy. Really, really super yummy. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's lactonic. There's spices in there, but not overwhelming. I think it's really warm and cozy. Cocoa Sunset. Yeah, that's a good one, guys. $27.90. That's super delicious. I think that'll really, really come in handy. I'm happy that's a good one because, as I was saying, the elixirs were such a disappointment. I hated them. Not all of them, the majority of them I did not care for. So the next one I'm going to talk to you about is Cocoa Bliss. So when I was buying these from the store, one of the ladies said that she likes one of them, but I forgot which one she said she likes. And she also said you're going to really like them. So far so good, right? But Cocoa Bliss is a fruity one. It's passion fruit, peach, and dark chocolate. And I feel like these kind of fruits lend themselves perfectly to dark chocolate because I've had plenty of chocolate with, you know, candy, but more like the high-end, you know, luxurious kind of decadent chocolates that are like drizzled on top of like fruits and things like that. So I feel like fruity notes are perfect with dark chocolate. So let's see how this is. I'm not smelling this one right away. The other one actually was like reaching my nose without even touching the strip to my nose or putting the strip to my nose. This one's kind of taken a while. And sadly, this one is not as exciting. No. It's a bit smelling like paint. It seems closer to the skin and not so much projection with this one, unlike the Cocoa Sunset, which was super delicious. This is a bit of a dud. Cocoa Bliss, let me know if you like Cocoa Bliss. It probably will smell better on skin, but I'm not going to waste my other hand for this, especially since I'm not liking it. I'll come back to it. But the next fragrance is Cocoa and Latte. And Cocoa and Latte is utilizing white chocolate. So we have milk chocolate for the first one, dark chocolate for the second one, and then this one's white chocolate. Honestly, guys, as far as consuming chocolate, white chocolate is my least favorite chocolate to consume. I like it milky, but a bit on the dark side, and I used to really love dark chocolate. I don't like it as much because it tends to go bitter. So I like a nice balance of milk chocolate and dark chocolate, but not a big fan of white chocolate. In fragrances, on the other hand, it's quite delicious. So Cocoa and Latte is white chocolate, whipped cream, and suede leather. So this one goes suede. And I was talking about suede fragrances recently. I mentioned how gourmand they go. This seems like that's how it's going to be. But as I'm waving my hand around my nose, I'm smelling the Cocoa Sunset. It's quite yummy. Although it does seem a bit synthetic. But I think that will satisfy a lot of folks who like gourmands, especially in the KLE style. Okay, let's see how Cocoa and Latte smells. Still not smelling this. This one's also a dud. Not as exciting as that first one. I mean, it's developing into something nicer, but very subdued. It's interesting. The first one I chose to talk about, it was the loudest, smelled off the strip. This one, very subdued and not a very pleasant smell. I mean, I'm assuming it might open up on skin. I'm going to hold off. This one is smelling great. The only other thing about Cocoa Sunset, it does remind me of another ZARA vanilla fragrance, which, as I was saying, the Cocoa Sunset reminds me, I mean, it seems like it has more vanilla than the cocoa or milk chocolate that's in there. But there was those tall bottles of the Vanilla Collection fragrances that I recently did a video on sometime last year. It reminds me of one of those. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember now. But that's good. The Cocoa Sunset is super delicious. I think you guys will like it if you like gourmand fragrances and my, taste in fragrances and things like that. As I said, it does have a bit of a synthetic quality, but once you get past that, I think it's a great smelling gourmand. Cocoa Sunset. All right, next we're going to the two male targeted releases here. The Vanilla Collection from ZARA. It comes in a 2-pack. So for the Vanilla 01, it says Irresistible, Magnetic, and Delicious. For the Vanilla 02, or 2, it's Unique, Hypnotic, and Seductive. So it was a better deal to get the 2-pack together rather than individually, because that's what the lady told me. And that's what I did. Here's how they come in a 2-pack. I was going to get both of them anyway. I just wanted to make sure I got the best deal, so that's what I usually do. And here are the fragrances. So that's the 01 and that's the 02. I was recently mentioning that how the latest Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Pour Homme bottles kind of reminded me of Zara, and it kind of does to me. But Zara Vanilla Collection 01, the Irresistible, Magnetic, and Delicious features notes of orange blossom, vanilla, and amber. So again, these individually sell for $29.90, but in a 2-pack it was $39.90, so it's a great deal. And if you've gotten your noses on these guys, let me know what your thoughts are. This is very orange blossomy, very, very prominently orange blossomy. I mean, I'm getting mostly orange blossom mixed with vanilla and amber, but the orange blossom is dominating. Not a wow for me, unfortunately. The first one was the wow in this video so far. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy the next one. Let's see, because it is amber, labdanum, and vanilla. But it says unique, hypnotic, seductive for the Collection 02 fragrance. Do you know this one, guys? Is this collection as good as the tobacco collection from Zara? I'm not... So, it is better. This second one is better, but not a wow. I enjoy this one more than the 01. This is going to go on my hand. By the way, these are also Eau de Parfum concentration, as it says in the cover there. These are very masculine takes on vanilla. If you are a man and you don't like them, you know, the way vanilla fragrances can be, very sweet and sugary, you can totally wear these. They do go very masculine. Although I feel like the orange blossom one might be more on the unisex side, but both of them seem to be very masculine takes on vanilla. I feel like they're not sugary sweet, and there are other notes here in these fragrances that are not credited. For me, the Collection 02 fragrance, the second one, seems like there's lots of woods, it's a bit screechy, and not syrupy sweet. So the syrupy sweetness is gone, and they've toned it down with other notes in here that they're not really crediting, because what's credited basically is vanilla, amber, and labdanum. So it's not to me, it's not a gourmand fragrance, because it's not necessarily acting gourmand, but they're mentioning that there's vanilla in here, and yeah, there's vanilla, but this is not a gourmand vanilla to me. I also feel like the Vanilla Collection 02, the second one, has ambroxan in it. I'm smelling it right off. Lots of it. And I feel like the amber that's in here is ambroxan, and labdanum is the note that they create an amber accord with. Because it does have that screechy quality, and usually you get that from ambroxan quite a bit. But yeah, I like the 02. I don't love it. For me, my favorite of all of these 5 fragrances is Cocoa Sunset. That's super delicious. Totally worth it, I think. If you're looking for a new cheapy vanilla fragrance, get it. It's not so cocoa or chocolatey or milk chocolatey, but it's super yummy. And you'll pick up some synthetic qualities with it, but that's really good, guys. Really, really, really great. $27.90 for 100 ml. Cocoa Sunset. Don't go thinking this is uber chocolatey, because for me, I'm not getting a lot of chocolate. It's more vanilla. It's almost like, now that I think about it, it's almost like Al Rehab's Choco Musk without the musky notes. Because for me, Choco Musk seemed to be very vanillic, with the chocolate or the cocoa that's in there more of an afterthought, because I feel like this is how it is here as well. I'm not saying this smells like Choco Musk, it's kind of a similar idea. Maybe lightly hinting at that fragrance. But yeah, Cocoa Sunset, guys, it's a great one. Get it. Get it if you're in for a deal, because these fragrances do not last. And as far as the men's fragrances go, my favorite is the 02. The Unique, Hypnotic, Seductive. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. What are your thoughts on these fragrances, guys? Let me know. Put a comment down below. Are there any other Zara fragrances that you want me to do videos on? Let me know. Put a comment down below. I like to spread them out. I don't want to do back-to-back ZARA videos, but once in a while, if there's a great collection, I'd like to pick them up and do videos. The majority of these fragrances will be gifted, but definitely we'll keep the Cocoa Sunset because that's the most delicious. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video, please share it, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Okay, I'm going to spray these two fragrances on skin as well, Cocoa Bliss and Cocoa and Latte, just to give you guys an idea on how they smell on skin, because they were so subdued on the strip, and I want to kind of get an idea on skin. If they weren't so subdued, I would probably just leave them at that, but since they just didn't jump off the strip, I'm going to let you guys know a little bit more about them after I spray them on skin. So we'll start off first with Cocoa Bliss. Cocoa Bliss is the fruity notes with the passion fruit and the peaches with the dark chocolate. So it smells a bit better on skin, still kind of subdued, but more fruits rather than dark chocolate. And I feel like the dark chocolate and the passion fruit's unique tropical smell is making it a bit smell a bit like paint. It's not bad, it's not great. It's wearable if you like this kind of a smell. I don't know if you are into passion fruit and peaches and dark chocolate. It doesn't really smell too realistic, but I think it's passable. Now with the Cocoa and Latte, this one smells a bit better, but much more subdued. This is definitely hidden. It doesn't want to come out. This is the softest out of the three. The loudest is Cocoa Sunset, and the best, I think. But Cocoa and Latte is light, and it does have a latte vibe for sure. So I would rank them Cocoa and Sunset as number 1, Cocoa and Latte as number 2, even though it's very subdued and very close to the skin, and Cocoa Bliss as the 3rd one, because it does have that weird paint-like smell. So anyway, just wanted to report a little bit more about these 3 fragrances in case you're in the market for them. I think they will do. The favorite, once again, is Cocoa Sunset. I think that's a no-brainer. The other 2, use caution because they do have some issues with them. Anyway, hope that helps.